It's a safe bet to say that these two men don't need to introduce each other. They know each other very well. They've been around for a long time. In fact, this will be their 24th meeting. Tomas Berdych, back from injury and in good form, perhaps revitalised. Behind him, a man who is one of the superstars of the sport, a past champion here at the Australian Open. He too has had his injury issues, but he's already displayed so far that he is in outstanding touch.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our next match sees two players playing for a spot in the quarterfinals here at Melbourne Park. Would you please welcome from the Czech Republic, Tomas Berdych. And his opponent, the 17-time Grand Slam champion from Spain, Rafael Nadal.
So far, Rafa has played 3 Australians, and obviously to get to this stage, beaten 3 Australians. He was asked in a media conference if he thought that would make him public enemy #1. He said, no, they love me here. And they do. 22 degrees, it feels a lot hotter than that. It's a beautiful Sunday in Melbourne. Lovely sunny day. It'll feel warm to the players. In the previous match, the players were going for the ice towels. So 22, yes, feels very pleasant for the spectators, but a lot hotter down there in the heat of the cauldron. And part of the reason for that is once we get to the first Sunday of the Grand Slam, then things are really getting serious. We get to the stage of the round of 16 matches. We get to the stage where the quarterfinals are just around the corner. Mohamed Layani is the man in the chair today. As we mentioned, this is the 24th meeting between these players. Nadal has won 19 of them. Berdych has won 1 of the past 19. So it's going to be a difficult task for him today. But the last time he did beat Rafael Nadal was here at the Australian Open. That was back in 2015. He knows this place well. He's had great success here. He's reached the semi-finals on 2 occasions in 2014 and 2015.
Hi to Finley. Hi, Rafa. Just take the picture first, though, okay? Rafael. Perfect. Thank you, Phil. Okay, gentlemen, a few important reminders. Net machine, and we're using Hawkeye. I would like you to use your voice. Say loud and clear challenge, and a challenge between first and second serve immediately. And 25 seconds when you're serving. And please look at the clock after the 5 minutes warm up. So you have 1 minute to be in a ready position to play. Okay? Any questions? No? Please ask Thomas for A and Z or Rod Laver. A and Z. Up in the air. Oops. Rod Laver, Rafael. Serve. Okay? So good match, huh? Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's nice from Rafa. Good touch as he goes through the ritual and sprints to the back of the court. Tomas is a bit more laid back than that. Here's a man who's always laid back, John Millman, in the commentary box. John, welcome to you. Great opportunity for us to see the great Rafael Nadal, but we also get to see a gentleman who's been one of the durable stars of the sport for more than a decade now.
Oh yeah, Tomas Berdych. He's a very, very classy player. Almost been revitalised since his injury troubles of 2018. He's been so accomplished for so long, and he's in some very good form.
29 million he's won, and he added to that when he reached the final at Doha as a wild card, and he lost to Roberto Bautista Agut in 3 sets. So we know what sort of form he's been in. So that franks the form. That was his first tour level event since Queen's last year, his first final since Lyon in 2017. As I mentioned, he's been to the semi-finals here a couple of times. He's been to the semi-finals or better at all the Grand Slams. His best result was when he got to the final at Wimbledon in 2010. And the man he lost to is the man on the other side of the net today, Rafael Nadal. His best result last year, a semi-final at Marseille. He's been a quarter-finalist here 7 times in the past 8 years. And he goes in against a man whose record is legendary. The 17-time Grand Slam champion, $103 million plus. He withdrew from Brisbane with a thigh strain. The Australian Open is actually his first event since retiring in the semi-finals at the US Open last year. He also had ankle surgery in November, but he had a wonderful 2018. 5 finals he made, and he won all 5. Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Rome, Toronto, and of course Roland Garros to claim his 11th championship on the clay. He made the semi-finals at Wimbledon, where he lost to Djokovic. He made the semi-finals at the US Open, where he lost to Del Potro, had to retire due to injury. He actually had to retire the last time he was here. That was in the quarterfinals against Cilic last year with a leg injury. And he won't know what to do with himself, John, because he's out there playing someone apart from an Australian today.
Yeah, you won't see that too often as we greet Mohamed Layani to the chair. Yeah, look, it's unusual. He's played 3 Australians in his lead-in, and you get the feeling Rafa's really building into this tournament.
3 minutes, gentlemen, 3 minutes.
As we see their head-to-head here, where Nadal leads the series 19-4. Not a bad record if you're a Rafael Nadal fan.
The interesting part is they haven't played since 2015. So they had all of those matches between 2005 and 2015. And then a bit of a hiatus away from each other. Probably sick of the sight of each other after 23 meetings. And there's the path that they've had so far. Duckworth, Ebden, de Minaur for Rafa. It was Kyle Edmund, a big scalp in the first round for Tomas. That was straight sets as well, an hour 42. And then pretty comfortable against Haase. He had to go to 4 to get it done against Schwartzman. But I think, and you